Well, good evening. It's it's late. It's not yesterday either. Here I am. It's Sunday night. I actually fell asleep after a fun day at the river yesterday before I got to go on Facebook Live. Sorry about that, guys. Hi, Jim. So, uh, yeah, it was a very nice day yesterday, I must say. Um, I went to Connecticut River, had fun with my grandson, my sister, my mom, and we just played in the water most of the day, which was awfully nice and very enjoyable, but albeit somewhat exhausting at the end of the day. By the time I got back to bed, I said, I'll just close my eyes for 10 minutes, and I was out. I woke up at 10 of 11. I said, guess I'm staying here. That was the end of that. So, all done for the night. That was yesterday. So, today was great. Happy Father's Day to you fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Since obviously you're here, you must have had a father somewhere along the line. If you've lost yours, like my dad passed just a little over 7 years ago. I really miss him. He was a great dad, and I do miss him. But there's a lot of other great dads around, and I got to spend time with two of the three that are related to me. Well, actually three of them. So that was nice today. And it's also the summer solstice. So some people like to do ceremony around those times. There's an abundance protocol if you want to do that. I'm going to hopefully get that from a friend of mine who was supposed to send it to me in an email a couple days ago, about a week ago. And I just realized it's the summer solstice and I didn't get it yet, so I'm going to have to text her and see if I can get that. If I get it, I will post it for you on my Facebook page. So, there's been fireworks going on again, regularly. And I like them, actually. They don't bother me. Sometimes I get to see them. But I must say that I was thinking about life cycles and how we come into the world. My nephew, who's a brand new dad, hey Billy boy, is 1 month old little guy. He's got a little Billy boy. And I got to see him today too. Not the baby, the dad, my nephew, which was nice. But I was thinking about life cycles, how, we come into this world and my grandson, who is 4, spend some time with him. I'm just going to wave to a couple people here. Ava, long time no see. Well, not seeing you now either, but I guess you're seeing me somewhat. Sorry, it's really dark where I am sitting inside. I'm sitting outside, and I could actually give you a little bit of a look, but it wouldn't be much of a look because I'm kind of behind the trees here. So that's my front yard, looking out onto the street. And there's some big evergreens here that block the view of the deck and the porch. So that's where I'm at. Hey, Deborah. Twice in one day, girl. Pretty good. So, here is a new little life that come onto the planet, and we don't know what his sole purpose is. And hey, heck of the time, we don't know what our sole purpose is either. So I guess we're just working on that on a daily basis. So I was thinking about just life cycles, we come in, we learn, we grow up, we learn some more, let that car go by. We will, change and grow and learn things about ourselves, learn how the world works, hopefully learn to love people, to be present to yourself, to grow in ways that maybe you didn't think about when you were a teenager, but now you're older and you're like, yeah, this is what I thought when I was younger, this is what I think now. And it's nice to know that, life is always about change and that there's always going to be more changes that come about. I'm in a rocking chair. I hope that doesn't bother you guys. Or rocking a glider. And, the older I get, the more information I gather and think of things that I never thought of before and recognize things that I never recognized before. And it's nice to know that life always gives you new opportunities to give you hope, give you the ability to see things in a different way, to allow life to happen in ways that are pleasant. And when you think positively, then they do. As I was mentioning the other day, that book by Catherine Ponder, and I did post it. I finally found the title remembered it from when a friend posted part of the title. It's The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. I read that book when I was about 18. And when I think about, the different concepts that were in that book, it's always nice to just see all the different changes that come about in life and how life does give us many opportunities to grow and change and learn new things. For me, I think it's obviously life experiences, but I think also a lot of it has been through reading, through books. I'm a voracious reader, and anybody who's ever seen, I've shown my my bookcases, and that's only like a quarter of what I have. I got a lot of books, and you know what? I reread them, and but I read fiction too, and I just finished a book on fiction the other day, so I'll be starting another one next day or so. So I like to do all types of reading, and I still want a book though. I want a book in my hand. That's the one thing about books for me, anyways. Is I want a book in my hand that I can read. I like to read in bed at night, and that's very enjoyable for me. And I like to learn about different things by reading those books that I get from whoever knows where. Sometimes I'm drawn to them. I used to love to go to bookstores and just start looking through whatever was there. And many times if I hear of a book that somebody has mentioned, I'll, if I really feel like I want it to keep it, that I might read it again, I'll buy it. If I don't, I'll just grab it in the library and go for it that way. So, hi Marianne. Yes, I had a really good day. So it was a good day because I got to see all three of my grandchildren, and they all got to play together. And we had a little wading pool. It was about 2 feet, I think about 2 feet tall and maybe 10 feet long. It was not the biggest pool on the planet, but it was certainly cold water as it came out of the well, and they were playing and jumping around in it, and we were splashing, and then we had a slip and slide for them to play on. So they were having a good old time, and it was a perfect day for it. And the fathers got to enjoy their kids, which was also really, really nice. So as much as it's bittersweet, I miss my dad. The joy of the grandchildren is spectacular. And you don't know what you don't know until you do, and so that's what grandkids are all for. It brings you back to what's really important, being present, being there, spending time with them, paying attention to what they're doing, and enjoying what they're doing. So it's really nice to be able to do that. And we were joking that when my nephew comes over with the baby, which I didn't realize the baby wasn't coming because his mom had other plans. They had been together in the morning, but then he wasn't coming to the house later. We said we were gonna shoot him down the slip and slide. He's only a month old. He goes, yeah, that would be really something, huh? So, not that we would do it. It was a joke, but it was kind of funny. So we were waiting for him to show up with him, and that didn't happen. But we can enjoy all those times. And it's special with the little kids, they really have a good time together, and the three of them are growing up as cousins, which is nice. And it's amazing how much my oldest granddaughter looks like her mom, my daughter who passed, and a lot of her mannerisms, a lot of the things. She's just such unbelievable spitting image of her mother. It's unbelievable. Sometimes I just can't even believe I'm looking at, Sophie, when I'm thinking, God, she looks just like Crystal. And that's always bittersweet as well. But I certainly enjoy a lot of the time with her. So, going through life and all the ups and downs of life, we learn different things, and we move through and hopefully have a perspective that gives us joy and allows people to come into our lives that love us and care about us. And you realize that you don't need to live with people who live with or hang around with people who are, not of the same vibration. Let's put it that way. And, you can make choices to not have that in your life. And those are good choices then, and we all come in with certain lessons that we want to, they say our soul has lessons that it needs to teach us. And so if we already come in with some of these ideas, then perhaps we need to pay attention to if things keep repeating themselves in your life and you're the common denominator in those things, then you need to change you, not them. So that's an important lesson that I learned a long time ago that I didn't recognize was a piece of a lesson at that time. Now I do. Now I recognize what it is and how it works. So I think that's always something. Hello, hi Marlene, hey Marcia. And I think that's something that, when I was in my 20s, didn't really get that, at that point. But we do forge our own path through our thinking and through our thoughts and the way that we want to experience life on the planet. And there is a big circle of life. So we come in, we learn, we grow, we have different experiences in life, we understand life in a different way, and then we pass on. And before that happens, living your best life means being truly who you are and being authentic to who you are and being present to yourself as much as you possibly can. So I think that's what happened to me on Saturday. I was just totally where I was and wasn't thinking about later on how tired I got. I really didn't feel tired when I got back, but man, I laid down and that was the end of that. It was crash time. Hey, Helena. So I think it's kind of interesting that, those things happen. And let's see, I'll switch the camera over here. I don't think you can see much though. There's not a lot going on out there. So that was my thought process today, was about, the circle of life, or the processes of life, and how we move through them, and we learn different things about how we want our life to look, and that we can choose to make our life look the way we want it. But it all starts with thought. And I'll go back to that. Thoughts are things, right? So in order for it to happen, you have to think it first. And if you think it, that means you can do it. And then you've been given the grace to do that. So if it's something you need to make a change on, make a change. If it's something you need to do something different about, the ways somebody's interacting with you, then you do that. So it's all part of the living process. Man, a lot of fireworks tonight. I don't know if you guys can hear them on camera here. But anyways, so I'm going to sign off with that. Just my thoughts for today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And we'll sign off in the usual manner. The sun is always shining. Even though it's not here at this very moment, we know that it is. And it reminds me that a higher power has always got you, always surrounding you, loving you, and taking good care of you. So you don't have to worry about your life. That, that's always a given. That's all we're already taken care of. And being aware and present to that is such a blessing. So I wish you the best till tomorrow. And we'll see you guys on the flip side. Love y'all. Have a good night. Bye for now.